She's so fine. Hell of a blows my mind. Hell of a lights my day.
What's good, guys? Today is Thursday, March the 11th, 2021. This story came out on the 8th. 150 missing children from Tennessee rescued after months-long operation, reunited with families. After months of conducting the Operation Volunteer Strong, 150 missing children were finally rescued and brought back to their families, along with one of the endangered children in Tennessee who had been missing for more than a year. In a news conference streamed on Facebook Live Wednesday, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation headquarters in Nashville announced the results of the operation they conducted, which was planned for several months. The operation, being said, was called Operation Volunteer Strong, which was planned and conducted by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the Department of Children's Services, and the U.S. Marshals Service, in which the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children also helped in providing supporting data, according to the Blaze. In the news conference, it was mentioned that the operation was planned for several months, which started in the fall of 2020, and their mission is to, quote, identify and locate, end quote, all the missing children in Tennessee. There were 240 missing children recorded in Tennessee's 3 grand regions, and they were able to rescue 150 of the children aged 3 to 17 since they have started the operation on January the 4th. 8 of these rescued children were found outside of Tennessee. In East Tennessee, 56 out of the 86 identified missing children were rescued, while 3 of the rescued children were suspected to be victims of human trafficking. While in Middle Tennessee, 42 out of the 72 identified missing children were rescued, and 1 of them is suspected to be a victim of human trafficking. On the other hand, in West Tennessee, there were identified 82 missing children, and 52 of them were rescued, where 1 of the rescued children is suspected to be a victim of human trafficking. Authorities were also able to locate 2 suspected adults with outstanding warrants. In addition, authorities were able to arrest the suspect of one of the rescued children's kidnappers. A kid who was suspected as a possible victim of human trafficking, who has been missing for 460 days, were also rescued, says U.S. Marshal Denny W. King. Quote, we can't give up. We need the public, we need the media, we need our law enforcement partners, the other children's services departments to not give up on these children, to continue to look for them to make sure they know that someone is looking for them, King claimed, asking for help as they search for the other 90 missing children. This work is transformational. We cannot stop. And there is nothing more worthwhile, Commissioner of Tennessee Department of Children's Services Jennifer Nickel also said. Representative Tim Burchett praised the team behind the operation for delivering good results, but also reminded people to be alert at all times, as there are sick and twisted people out there looking to exploit minors. The President and Chief Executive Officer of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, John Clark, also commended the team. Operation Volunteer Strong is a great example of how working together we can find missing children and get them the help they need to move forward, he said. We're thrilled to see so many missing children recovered in Tennessee, and we thank all the agencies involved for their dedication to child protection. As of the moment, there has been a number of successful rescue operations for missing children, and the U.S. Marshal for the Eastern District of Tennessee, David Jolly, assured they will continue to do their jobs in finding the other missing children. We will use every resource at our disposal to help find these missing children, Jolly assured. The U.S. Marshal for the Western District of Tennessee, Tyrese Miller, also warned predators that they are doing their best to find them and make them pay for their acts. Our efforts should also serve notice to those who prey on society's most vulnerable, that these children are not forgotten. Investigations will continue, and the next knock at the door could be for you, Miller said. Among the successful operations are Operation Broken Heart in February, Operation Reclaim and Rebuild in January, Operation Lost Angels in January also, Operation Find Our Children in November last year. Operation Autumn Hope in October last year, and many more. Also, coming out of Texas, this was roughly 6 hours ago. Feds find 31 missing North Texas children after human trafficking operation. 31 North Texas children are now safe following the month-long Operation Missing in the Metroplex, the Department of Justice announced Wednesday. Federal agencies partnered with Arlington, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Grand Prairie police departments to find the missing minors, some of whom had ties to sex trafficking. The U.S. Marshals and Homeland Security investigations led the operation. To observe law enforcement partnerships and community concerns culminate into such a successful recovery outcome is rewarding, said Acting U.S. Marshal Quintella Downs Bradshaw. Victims should know they are not forgotten. There is hope and a way to return home. At least 7 of the 31 children were girls rescued from sex trafficking. One was just 13 years old. 2 others were 15, 3 were 16, and 1 was 17. At least 2 were found with ties to prostitution. The other 24 children recovered are now with friends, relatives, or with legal guardians and have been removed from the missing children databases. The Department of Justice says it records more than 420,000 reports of missing children each year. Gosh, that's a staggering number. If your child is missing, the Department of Justice says to call your local law enforcement immediately and give them as detailed a description as you possibly can. Then consider calling the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. I wanted to bring these 2 good stories to the channel just to show that children are recovered and there is hope. There is definitely hope, and people are still looking for these missing kids. So, on that note, I'm going to end the story. Thanks for watching, guys.